Well, this is the immediate post-match reaction from our 3-0 loss to Borough. As you can see, the goal scorers on the screen: Hackney, Jones, and Bergzorg. Difficult one. It's a game that could have gone a different way had chances gone our way. With first half, Coburn hitting the post from a header, ball being cleared off the line. I don't know if that was before or after Borough had taken the lead through Hackney, but I'm not sure Coburn's header was before or after. I think that was first half. I'm not entirely sure. No, it was definitely was second half Coburn's header. But I'm not sure if that was before or after Hackney had scored. But in the first half, having it cleared off the line, if Ayling's not there to clear it off the line, we go 1-0 up and the game's completely different. So, again, I could just go, fuck this is shit. We'll be lucky to get if we're not relegated. Playing like that every week, like, fuck off. It wasn't the best of games. It wasn't a 3-0 game by any fucking means. I think 1-0 Borough maybe would have been alright, um, based on the game. You know, in my opinion, I think a draw would have been a fairer result on the basis of hitting the post from a couple of yards out from Coburn and having a shot cleared off the line. If those go in, then we're certainly at least 2-1 up. And the game goes differently. Maybe we hold on and we win the game. Maybe Borough do get their equaliser. But again, goals change games. Had chances gone our way, it probably would have been a completely different game. But it didn't. We lose the game 3-0. It was a good goal from Hackney. Just don't do enough with it. Just don't deal with it. And there's just a massive gap from the penalty spot to the edge of the box. It's the edge of the D we're talking, and there's that massive gap the ball gets played into, and Hackney just comes in front of Mitchell and Denor. Or Mitchell's in the box, and Denor's on the edge of the D, and then somehow no one deals with it. Hackney comes in and just guides it to the bottom corner. It's a good finish, don't get me wrong, but poor positioning. And Middlesbrough took the lead, and it didn't look like we were going to get back into the game. Really, like there weren't many chances in that second half at all, other than Coburn's header. It just looked like the longer that the game went on, the worse and the worse we played, and the more out of it we looked. And then silly mistakes. Borough get a corner. The corner comes in. Jones and Leonard are on the floor. The ball gets crossed in. I don't know who it hits. It hits one of Jones and Leonard. And then they're both on the floor. Ailing has time to bring the ball down. He's got a Millwall player behind him. Tanganga in front of him. I'm not sure who was behind him. But Tanganga's in front of him. And somehow the ball pops up and Jones manages to get up and just toe poke it, smash it into the roof of the net. And then it's game over. It's done. And then the last goal, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Because honestly, it is. It is. I cannot believe it. Under no pressure whatsoever, the Borough player's a few yards away from him. Amarco receives the ball. Then a Borough player comes across, but he's not like sprinting at him. And Amarco just tries to do a couple of body feints and then lets the ball get away from him somehow. Borough come forward, chip in behind. Cooper comes too far across, so it goes over his head. There's no one there. Tanganga's on the other side of the box. And Bergzorg's just stood in the middle of him in acres of space, and his touch is poor. But he manages to bring it somewhat in proximity to it. And Bender comes out, Bergzorg just volleys it into the ground underneath Bender for 3-0. Calamitous defending for the third goal. Don't know what Amarku was doing. under not real pressure, and then I don't know. Cooper comes across too far. It gets played over his head. A nice little deep ball behind, and then Bergsorg after recovers really well. It's a good finish from him. And Middlesbrough take all 3 points back to the Riverside. And at half time, if you would have told me that we would have lost the game 3-0, I'd have told you to fuck off. There's no way. How? Surely not. Because based on the first half, first 20 minutes, half hour, we were completely all over them. Then they had a little spell for a few minutes where they were all over us. And then it was like back and forth to finish the half. It was a really good game. If you're of a neutral persuasion and you were watching that, you would have been entertained thoroughly. End to end for the first half, the half-time whistle comes and you think that we were really putting that pressure on, and you thought that maybe, just maybe, that on the basis of the first half, Borough would have been a little bit happy with the 0-0, and we were a bit grieved, especially with having the goal line clearance as well. Borough would have been like, okay, good. And then we started off the half well, wasn't the best, and then they scored. Then we're all over them for a few minutes, and then they're all over us for about 10. But we didn't really threaten too much after going 1-0 down. I think Coburn's header might have been afterwards. And then after that chance, not much. Didn't really create anything of note in the second half. Literally, Coburn's header is the only thing I can think of that we did in the second half. Not enough shots away. So many times in that game, there'd be loose passes or poor touches, and we just couldn't capitalise on them, where most other teams in this league will definitely punish them. And unfortunately, we just weren't on it enough. And every loose touch that we should have got the ball back, we just didn't. So many times that I can remember one in the middle where Denor could literally just poke it across, but tried to control it and then ended up losing it, and then they had an attack. And that game is so frustrating because it's not a 3-0 game, but we've been battered somehow. I'm not going to go over the top and say that we're useless or that we're not getting playoffs. It's the second game of the season. Unfortunately, for back-to-back years, we've lost the opening home game of the season. But we move on to Sheffield United next Saturday, which I won't be doing the watch-along for. I'm not actually going to be here. I am refereeing in a charity tournament. If I could try and bring up on the 23rd. Trying to see what I'm trying to see what it's for. Young Lives First Cancer. There we go. It's a little six-a-side tournament, but it's for Young Lives vs Cancer. I will be refereeing in that, so I won't be able to. What's it called? But yeah. Side note: what I'll do, if I can, is I'll put a link in the description to this. I'll put a link in the description to the Young Lives vs Cancer website, and also the tournament that's going on. I'm not sure if there's anyone that wants to. I don't know if people can come watch or whatever, but it's a six-side football tournament at Chelmsford Park in Chelmsford on the Saturday the 23rd. I'll put a link to the Young Lives vs Cancer organisation in the description below if you want to go check it out, donate, do whatever you can. So I won't be in next Saturday. I will be refereeing in a tournament raising money for charity, and so I will see you all for the game on the 26th. I think we play Sheffield United. Let me just double check that. But again, like on the game today, there's definitely worse teams in this division. Our next game against Sheffield United next Saturday, yeah, it's the 26th. We play Coventry in the Cup. So I'll see you for that. I should hopefully be here for the Wrexham game as well. But is it the time to be playing Sheffield United off the back of two humiliating losses to Swansea and Bristol City? I don't know. Stoke winning. What score? 3-0 today. So Stoke on top of the table. Obviously, Southampton, Ipswich, Hull, and Oxford still have to play tomorrow and tonight. But like I'm looking at the Middlesbrough game. If we look at our lineup, in terms of player ratings, no one's like immediately terrible. Bender's on a 5.0, but that's because he's conceded 3 goals. It wasn't because he was bad. Didn't have much to do in the game except pick the ball out of his net for 3 times. There's nothing else he really could have done. Doughty was forced off on the 57th through injury, which is a shame. Hopefully he's not out for too long, but he went straight down the tunnel. And somehow we've capitulated and lost game 3-0. And I said it, it's not a 3-0 game by any means. I don't think that, again, if you had told me it was 3-0 at half time, I would have laughed in your face. But we have lost the game 3-0, so we've got to pick ourselves up, regroup, go again next Saturday away to Sheffield United. Is it away or is it at home? Away to Sheffield United. But I think there's no need to panic second game into the season. It wasn't the best of performances, but I can put money on it that it definitely will not be our worst this season at all. So we go again. We move on to next Saturday. We play Sheffield United. Again, I won't be there. I'll leave a link in the description to the Young Lives vs Cancer charity, and I'll see you all for the Coventry game and on the 26th.